In this explainer, we're going to tackle 6 of the most common and, let's be real, trickiest English phrasal verbs. And they all use the word pick. Ready? Let's break them down. I mean, let's be honest, when it comes to English phrasal verbs, this quote probably hits pretty close to home for a lot of you. They can feel so frustrating, totally illogical, and just, well, impossible to remember sometimes. So you might be asking, why even bother? Well, here's the thing. They're kind of the secret key to sounding way more natural and fluent. You just can't get away from them. They are so incredibly common in everyday English. You'll hear them in conversations, you'll see them in blog posts. Trust me, they are absolutely everywhere. So before we start solving this puzzle, let's just take a moment to really understand the challenge we're up against. So what is a phrasal verb anyway? Think of it like this. You take a normal verb, say pick, and you stick a little word next to it, like at or up, and boom, the meaning completely changes. Pick by itself is one thing, but pick at, that's a whole different story. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Let's start picking apart these pick phrasal verbs, one by one, and make them crystal clear. Okay, first up we've got to pick at. This one, it's almost always about food. When you pick at your food, you're not really eating it. You're just, pushing it around your plate, maybe taking a few tiny bites because you're upset or just not that hungry. Yeah, and this example, it just nails the feeling, doesn't it? You can totally picture this awful date, right? He's not into the food, probably not into the conversation. He's just picking at his dinner. It paints such a clear picture. All right, next on our list is to pick off. Now, this one is way more literal. It just means you're removing something, usually little pieces, from a bigger thing. Oh, this is a classic. We've all been there, right? You order a pizza and someone doesn't like a topping, so they physically pull it off. Don't worry, I'll just pick the mushrooms off. Super common and super useful. Okay, now this right here, this gets to the very heart of why phrasal verbs can be so maddening. Logically, you'd think pick on would be the opposite of pick off, wouldn't you? Like putting something on instead of taking it off. Nope, not even close. And this is exactly why you can't always just guess the meaning. So to pick on someone, yeah, this has a totally different and much more negative meaning. It's all about bullying or singling someone out to be mean to them. And you hear this one a lot in that classic schoolyard scenario. You might even hear someone say, hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size? It's basically a direct order to a bully to just stop it. All right, let's move on to something a little more positive, shall we? To pick out. This one is all about choosing, selecting, or just spotting something or someone in a group. Yup, a perfect example. Because he's super tall, he stands out, right? So it's easy to spot him, to pick him out of the crowd. Makes total sense. Okay, deep breath. Now we've got to tackle the big one. I'm talking about pick up. This is hands down one of the most common, most flexible phrasal verbs out there. So yeah, it definitely gets its own section. Now don't let that number scare you off. Yes, it has a bunch of meanings, but honestly, they're all used so often that it's totally worth taking a minute to learn them. We're gonna break down the 5 most common uses. Here's the trick. Just treat each one of these as its own separate vocabulary word. Ready? Let's walk through them. Number 1, to literally lift something off the ground. 2, to go get someone, usually in a car. 3 is about collecting something, like takeout or your dry cleaning. 4, it can mean something is improving or increasing, like the wind or the economy. And last but not least, number 5, you can acquire something, a new skill, a piece of info, or hey, even a cold. Whew, okay, we have covered a lot. But look, just knowing the definitions, that's only half the battle. Now comes the really important part, a super simple strategy to make sure you can actually remember and, use these verbs in real life. So here's your game plan, just 3 easy steps. First step, focus. Please don't try to learn 100 of these at once. Just focus on mastering the ones from this lesson first. Step 2, use them. Actually use them. Create your own sentences, say them out loud, make them yours. And the third step, look for them. Start becoming a detective. When you're reading or listening to English, try to spot them. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Don't just click away and forget all this. I want you to choose 1 or 2 of these. Make it your mission this week to actually use them correctly in a sentence. So which ones are you going to pick?